So the M1 iPad Pro is hands down the best tablet ever built. I have some thoughts on the software, which some of you know, but the hardware is absolutely top notch. And I don't know about you, but when I get my hands on an amazing piece of tech like that I use every day, I'm always looking for ways to improve my workflow or to make using the device even more enjoyable. So here are some of my favorite accessories for the iPad Pro. Let's ramble.
Hold up, things go wild when I pull up. They all on me like it wants.
Hey, what's up guys? It is great to see you all again. And if you're new here, I'm Patrick and this is why I ramble about tech and other stuff. So when it comes to tech, I'm an absolute nerd. And if you would ask my girlfriend, she'd probably tell you that's not restricted to tech, but whatever. Anyway, I love trying out new tech, and one of the perks of having a YouTube channel is that I get to try out some of the coolest new tech and gadgets around early on in the game, and that puts me in the position to share my favorites with you guys. Now, since there are so many great accessories around for the iPad Pro, I'm actually planning to make this into a recurring thing, into a series. So let me know in the comments if that's something you'd be into, and if so, I'll be happy to nerd out with you guys over awesome new accessories every month or so. By the way, according to YouTube analytics, less than 10% of you guys watching this video right now are actually subscribed to the channel. So please go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any of that good stuff. I upload about twice a week, so there will be plenty of fresh content coming your way. All right, let's get into it. Every good accessory roundup should at least include an awesome iPad stand. And today I have a killer option for you guys from Satechi, which is a stand, but it has a lot more to offer than that. We all know that the iPad Pro has only the one port on the bottom, and if you want to use that port to charge your iPad, you're basically out of options. There are some awesome solutions to this one port issue, and this aluminum stand/dock from Satechi is definitely one of my favorites. Now, can we just take a minute to look at this design? This thing is so sleek looking. Plus, I'm Team Space Gray, so this is right up my alley. It's super light and compact, so it's perfect for traveling, and it folds all the way down to this neat little packet. But when you fold it open, the bottom reveals a built-in USB-C cable that is designed so that it sits flush against your iPad. The iPad itself sits in the groove right here, which has rubber in all the right places so you don't damage your iPad, and the backside is also protected by rubber. On the back of the hub, we have a couple of essential ports. We have a 4K HDMI port in case you want to hook up the iPad to an external monitor or projector, a USB-A 3.0 port, a USB-C power delivery port, and an audio jack, which is very useful to those of you who prefer to wear wired cans. And very useful for content creators, an SD card and a micro SD card slot that allows you to transfer your photos or your videos straight onto your iPad. This thing is almost the perfect hub. I say almost because the USB-C port does not double as a data port, so you can effectively only charge your iPad with it. It would have been perfect if I could use this port for other things when I'm not charging my iPad, but that's really just my only gripe here. This is a really solid and great looking hub and stand. Just put the cable back in the dedicated slot, fold it back down, and pop it in your bag. Really useful. Next up is a hub that is not a stand, but which has a very cool trick up its sleeve, and that is the Acasis hub. If you're a regular to the channel, chances are you've seen this thing before. I've done a full review on this thing because it's just such a cool item, and I'll link to that video at the end of this one. So for the purpose of this roundup, I'll keep it very short. At first sight, this thing is just a hub. It looks like a plain old hub. It has all the ports that you would expect, like a USB-C, USB-A, SD, micro SD, audio jack, Ethernet, HDMI, and of course power delivery so you can keep charging your iPad. But that is not all, ladies and gents, because if we pop off this lid, ooh, what's that? It's a dedicated slot for NVMe SSD memory cards. So you can basically grab an internal SSD, which means tons of storage for a small price, and turn it into an external SSD by popping it into this hub. So it's a full-blown hub with all the ports and a super fast SSD, all in a small package that fits in your front pocket. And the best part is that you can swap out the SSD for a fresh one if it is full and you don't want to delete your files. The hub is currently on Indiegogo, so if you want to go grab one at a low price, you can go back the project and get that early bird discount. This will be the last time I'm showing this thing on my channel, but I just couldn't in good conscience do a best iPad accessories video and not at least mention my absolute favorite. All right, moving on to the next item, and that is the Vissels V84 mechanical keyboard, When you're using a hub setup like the Satechi one, you obviously need a good keyboard and a mouse, and lately I've been getting into mechanical keyboards a little bit more. I mean, I'm a huge fan of the typing experience we get on the scissor switches of the Magic Keyboard, which by the way is not mentioned in this accessories video because it's such a no-brainer, awesome accessory. It really doesn't need any more talking about. Anyway, mechanical keyboards offer a very different typing experience and I don't always like it. There's a lot of difference between keyboards and some of them just feel horrible to me, but I do really enjoy typing on this Vissel's keyboard. It has that clickety-clack typing sound to it, but it's not overly loud or annoying. It's actually quite satisfying. It's pretty hefty at a little over 800 grams, so it's perfect for desk use. Maybe not so much for travel. I mean, it has a perfectly compact form factor, but there are, of course, lighter keyboards out there. If you're into RGB, this thing will definitely tickle your fancy. It has 19 lighting effects and 9 monochrome sets, so you can pick and choose whatever you like. Or you can turn it off if that's your jam. If you really want to show off your RGB-ness, you can even pop off the frame so you can see more of that scrumptious light leaking onto the table. Without RGB, the keyboard will last you about 180 hours in Bluetooth mode, and with RGB, that'll be down to about 19 hours. Of course, you can also just hook it up via USB-C and use it indefinitely. The keys are all hot swappable, so you can play around with different keys and looks, and the Vissels comes with a bunch of really solid tools to take off the keys as well as the switches. It also comes with a few other things like rubberized pads, a wrist pad for ergonomics, and these little magnetic risers if you prefer to type at a more pronounced angle. Very cool keyboard. It has a ton more features. Do let me know in the comments if you'd like to see a full review. Oh, and when I'm not using a hub or a dongle, I like to use this little nifty thing by Satechi to charge my Apple Watch. It's magnetic, so you don't have to worry about your watch slipping off, and when you're sitting down, you're barely burning any calories anyway, so what better time to give your watch a little juice break? Now let's talk about note-taking for a little bit. I have some very cool accessories to show you there, and after that I'll show you a really interesting brand new prototype of an accessory that is about to hit the market. But first let's talk about the single most helpful tool for note-taking on the iPad, and that is today's sponsor, Paperlike. For those of you who don't know Paperlike, where have you been? Paperlike is a screen protector, but it's much more than that, and if you're like me and you like to use your iPad to take handwritten notes, Paperlike is a must-have. I don't like how slippery the Apple Pencil feels directly on the iPad's glass surface. Paperlike mimics the feeling of writing on actual paper, so you get more control of your pencil when writing, sketching, or drawing due to the Paperlike resistance and roughness. It makes your handwriting look much prettier. It also drastically reduces glare and fingerprints. But because of the nanodots technology, it doesn't make your screen look grainy, and if you use an Apple Pencil, I can highly recommend getting a Paperlike. Every order includes a set of 2 Paperlike covers and application accessories. They offer worldwide shipping, so if you want to try it for yourself, there's a link below the video. Right, this next accessory can be the perfect companion for artists that need even more resistance to their pencil, and it's from a company called Pen Tips. And that's exactly what they make. You may have seen these before. You can get some cheapo ones on Amazon, but they wear very quickly and they usually come only in white. These are made out of very nice quality and they're customizable, meaning you can mix and match your favorite colors. They also make gloves, grips, and other accessories geared towards artists. Worth checking out their website. My favorite stand for note-taking and drawing has been and still is without a doubt the Compass Pro by 12 South. Everything from the design, the weight, and the versatility, and even the sleeve it comes in, I just love it. You just unfold it and pick an angle you like, which goes from almost upright to almost entirely flat. It's made out of space gray aluminum and it has rubber where it counts. It's light enough to be super portable, but not so light that it will move around the table. Really solid stand, 10 out of 10. Right, you're obviously not going to get anywhere with these accessories without a stylus, and obviously the Apple Pencil takes the cake. It's the perfect companion for the iPad Pro, but it's also quite expensive. It's $129. This one by Keycow goes for around $30 and it does all the basic stuff. It has palm rejection, it can tell when you're using the side to draw, and it even snaps to the iPad's magnet the same way the Apple Pencil does. It doesn't pair like that, but it works instantly when you turn it on by tapping on the top, and it turns off by tapping it again. It charges via USB-C, And it comes with a few accessories like extra tips, a cover for the tip, as well as a cover for the USB plug. Now, this next accessory is really cool. It's a prototype which can currently be found on Kickstarter, and if you back it there, you know the drill. You can back it, they'll ship it to you after the campaign is done at a price which is much lower than what it will be in the stores once it hits the market. Okay, so this is the combo hub, which, as the name suggests, is basically two devices that attach to each other magnetically. This part here is a 65-watt fast charging adapter. It plugs in straight into a wall, and then via USB-C, it'll plug into your iPad or your MacBook, basically replacing those chargers. This part is a hub, offering all the usual ports: USB-A, USB-C, HDMI, SD, and microSD. But it's also a wireless charger. So you can plug this into your iPad like this and charge your phone. So you can use it like this, like a standalone hub, or you can connect it magnetically to this power part and charge it that way. So you have a full-blown 65-watt power brick and a hub and a wireless charger all rolled into one. And of course, you can decide how much of it you need to bring with you. Maybe you need the whole thing, or maybe just a hub, or maybe just a charger. I think it's very clever, and I think I'll be using this thing a lot. Guys, as always, links to everything in the description. If you enjoyed the video, please give it one of these. It really does help the channel. Subscribe for more videos like this one, and thank you so much for watching. See you in the next one.